when you give them an ID, when they ask you for an ID, they understand these IDs. These IDs said, I am a lawful diplomat, sovereign Hebrew Israelite American National Republic. That's what these things says, and it gives codes that they understand, like codes like Title 18 USC 241, Title 18 USC 242. These titles tell them that we are aware and that we are awake to their deception, and that if they continue to violate us under these codes give us the right to protect ourselves. There was only one other other time in biblical history, in the Bible, that we can relate to and understand that we were protected through declaration, and that was in the book of Esther, when Amalekite, his name is Haman, tricked the king in creating a declaration that would destroy all the southern kingdom, which was Judah, Benjamin, and half of Levi.
The kingdom's coming, the kingdom's coming, the kingdom's coming, the kingdom's coming.
In the mic and do this block work. All white uniform for this occupation. Luke 17, it ain't coming by no observation. Gotta get with the elect, bring the multitude. Devil trying to shockwave, we ain't tripping off a dude. Let them stumble over there, mumble over there. Cause the Father know our heads, numbered every hair. We are his, so we about his biz. Bet your Babylon tip.
But
this is a law that they wrote that hurt us, and a law they wrote that could protect us, because these codes you just read off, we didn't make them up. They were already in the law, and we just weren't awake that they were there.
That's right. That's right. I mean, in other words, the codes, the United States Constitution is our United States Constitution. Every law that they created arrived from the Bible. So basically, it's our law. But we got to claim it. But we cannot claim the law as so-called African American, Negroes, colors, and blacks. We must claim them as who we truly are, our own nationality. Because Afro-American, Negro, colored, and black is not a nationality. It's not a people. It does not have its own language. It does not have its flag. Every nation has its own flag. Therefore, we as Hebrew Israelites, that's the 12 tribes of Israel on that flag. So we as Hebrew Israelites must have and as a nation, must have our own flag. And there it is.
So is that why all these attempts at so-called African Americans and black never received reparations? Because it didn't go to them as a nation. They don't recognize that.
All praise to the Most High, my brother. You are so correct. We have never so-called reparations. And see, this is what this declaration and IDs are for too. These sovereign declarations and sovereign IDs are for too, because it puts us in into our proper status, our proper nationality, our proper identity, to let them know that we know who we are, and that every captivity that we ever been in, we always left captivity with silver and gold.
We gon' put them on they ribs. What's that eagle out the sky going down like Frazier? Send them back to Moscow, sit them down on the glacier. Now let the Hebrew kingdom slide in. Catch you at Mount Seir when you Shia ride in. Where ain't nobody keeping nothing that they stole. Coming all back to Solomon Temple where it belongs. Here come, here come. It's on the way. Here come, here come. Talking about the kingdom of. Talking about the kingdom for. Talking about the kingdom of.
Okay, look, the truth won't be telling.
Our 400-year captivity and our 400 year of slavery is lifting.
Right.
It's lifting, and it's starting right now. See?
And right before you get into that part, I want to say that those curses you talked about, I did read some of them, and I did read for my own self how it said that they would pluck us up from being a nation. So that part is very important. I'm starting to feel that recognizing ourselves as a nation is the foundation of this entire. It's not a movement, just an entire identity of knowing who we are and recognizing and declaring, I am this. This is my nation, this is my nationality, and this is our original language. And when we repackage ourselves that way and go back and we should get the things that we should have.
That's right. That's correct. Every time we exited from our captivity, we always left us with silver and gold. Whether it was ancient Egypt, whether it was our Babylonian captivity, the Persian captivity, we always left with silver and gold. Our second exodus is going to be no different. See, there was a group of people who left here and went to Israel. Mm-hmm. Now that's prophecy too.
Oh, you mean Ben Amin and them?
Oh yeah, Ben Amin now. You know, that was not the second exodus. Because if it was the second exodus, many more people would have left with him. See, the thing is that we would have also left with our silver and gold, which Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 through 14 says, we shall leave here after our time is over with great substance. It's not that we shall leave here with just silver and gold. We shall leave here with our identity. Mm-hmm. We shall leave here with silver and gold, according to prophecy. According to prophecy, this is not my opinion, but what prophecy says. We shall leave here with our people that was unlawfully, and I said unlawfully, I didn't say illegally, but you could say it's illegal too, because once we come into our proper status as sovereign Hebrew Israelites, everything becomes illegal for us as a nation, because we come to our proper nationality. But, everything that they convicted our people under, which was illegal, which is called civil law. There's a difference between civil law and common law. See? There used to be common law, but they have covered common law up with civil law.
So what's common law?
Common law means that you're sovereign. That means that you could do anything you want to, as long as you don't trespass against someone else, as long as you don't hurt anyone else in regards to what you're doing. To say, for instance, if you were stopped by the police because you're riding and you're traveling, not driving, but traveling. There's a difference between driving and traveling. It's always a play on words. Mm-hmm. Always. So you got to know how to deal with your oppressors. So say if you're traveling in your vehicle, and the so-called police, which is your servants, come up behind you with lights blurring. So, in order for there to be a crime, there must be a victim. In order for there to be a crime, there must be a victim. There cannot be a victimless crime. Mm-hmm. Because if you hurt someone, that person that you hurt must bring a charge against you. So if the police come up to you and stop you and say that they stopped you for speeding, then there must be a victim. Evidently, if his lights are spinning and blurring, that means that he stopped you because there is someone that got hurt.
Okay.
Other than that, if no one got hurt, then he has broken the law. He has lied. So who is the victim? Because you were speeding. Like I said, in order for the United States Constitution says, in order for there to be a crime, there must be a victim. So who was the victim because you were speeding? He gave you a ticket. The first thing he asked you, do you understand why I stopped you? It's not the same understanding that you and I understand. He's speaking legalese. He's asking you to contract with him. So he asked you, he said, do you understand why I stopped you? What he's asking you is, do you stand under my authority so I can issue you this citation for speeding?
So we're giving him permission to do what he's doing, to do what they would do.
He's asking for permission to give you a citation, a ticket. He can't do it without you giving a citation. So if you don't question his authority, then you're giving him permission. That means that you're entering into his jurisdiction. See? Mm-hmm. So you're entering into a contract, a paper contract. See, that's what I said earlier. These people deal with paper. They can't deal with anything else. They can't deal with a real you. See, what the Most High created, Satan has a counterfeit. The Most High created you, a live, breathing, flesh and blood man. But they turned around and created a piece of paper, a fiction you, on a piece of paper. When you are born, they create a piece of paper and say, this is you. Well, it's not you. It's not you. So therefore, they have authority to do what they want to you. When your parents signed that birth certificate, they made you a ward of the state. Meaning they gave you to the state. Then the state can do anything they want to you. See? It doesn't matter whether you think your parents are in control. They're not in control. See? Your parents are not in control. They gave you away to the state. So the state can do what they want to you. Now that's what the Most High is calling us to do. He says, come back. The Most High said, when my people who are my people, Hebrew Israelites, who are called by my name, Hebrew Israelites, shall humble themselves and come back to me, then shall I hear from them and forgive their sins and heal their land. See? He's waiting on us to come back to him as who he created. Not of what someone say we are. And that's why if you look at the news, you see the news people always calling us black. Black, black. They put emphasis on us being black. A black people, a black culture. There is no such thing. There's no such thing as a black culture. There's no such thing as a so-called white culture. That's something they created. You can't find that in the Bible. So therefore, they're killing us with impunity under color of law. So therefore, we must rescind the contracts. And the only way we can rescind the contracts is through paper that they understand. And that means sovereign declaration to declare your true nationality.
And that's what that piece of paper was, proving that you declared that, or first they declared that, and they put their Hebrew name on that, from our understanding.
You put your Hebrew name on there, and it's got codes on here. This paper is a 7-page declaration, and it's got codes on here that lets our oppressors know why we're claiming our sovereign nationality, why we can claim our sovereign nationality, and what will happen if they don't recognize it, and what we can do to protect ourselves as sovereign. All their laws that they created, which is our laws, all we have to do is claim them and go against them with them.
So a question for you. Were you inclined to believe that if we were able to get all of us together, say like when the Million Man March happened, and we get out together and we gave this type of message, because I feel, based on what you're telling me, this is arming us to do something and not just a gathering to hoop and holler and complain, but with no action behind it. There's nothing ever changed from any other movement, so to speak, that I know of happened. We made some progress, but we're not really armed as a nation, and no one ever told me that this is who I am, this is my language, and to make a person respect me as that. So when we get all those people together, you think this would be more impactful on it's not a movement, but just making us move like we're supposed to.
Oh, well, you know what? What we're doing right now is coming back as sovereign Hebrew Israelites. It's more than just a movement. It is who we are. It's our culture. And it can be expected because this is prophecy. Prophecy is taking place. Now, there was leaders. We had leaders. The 3 M's. When I say the 3 M's, I'm talking about Marcus Garvey. I'm talking about Malcolm X. I'm talking about Martin Luther King. They all had great movements, but they were only used to bring us to where we are today, to the true movement. See? It's great what you're saying, that the movement that Farrakhan gave. Right. You better believe if there was an end result of what he did when he brought all our people together, it would have been great if we could have come together and got declarations, sovereign declarations, and sovereign IDs, because he brought together a mass amount of people, of our people.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Now, do you understand what would have happened if all those people that he got together said, okay, let's convert to who we truly are. Let's get these sovereign IDs and sovereign declarations and present it and carry it around our neck. Every time we go, everywhere we go, every time we come in contact with the so-called police officer, which are our servants, which is our slaves.
Public servants.
Yeah, and they asked us for our identification, and we gave them this instead of their identifications, in which they keep us enslaved. See, every time they ask us for our identification, they expect you to give what they issue to you. See, that belongs to them, not to you. You just using it. You ask for a privilege. In order to get a privilege, you got to follow their rules, laws, and regulations. That means that even if they say they could murder you,
right,
it's legal. Their IDs, their U.S. IDs are legal. They're not lawful, they're legal.
So when I show a driver's license, and that's the thing, that when they ask me for my driver's license, they're actually saying, show me the name I gave you.
Exactly. Show me the slave that you were made, that we created. See, it's not you. Now, see, what we're doing, we're coming out of the system by the grace of the Most High.